Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a match between myself and Aryze on Blackburn, the latter edition. This is a Midrank Madness replay sent to Sniper Monkey at the email address in the description with the subject of Midrank Madness, which means it's gold, platinum, or diamond. And if you send it to Sniper Monkey, he will watch it guaranteed and let me know which ones are the best, and then I'll choose from those. Bottom left, we have a red Protoss player. It is myself, and in the bottom right, it is Aryze. Oh, Aryze, with a Y instead of an I and a Z instead of an S. Sure, it's Aryze. He's a Zerg player, and he is blue. Blue. Fun to say blue. Anyway, ooh, pool firsting, but not like crazy pool first. Not 12 pooling, like 18 pooling. Which, I don't know. I only ever see this at the lower levels. They're not copying the pros on this stuff, because either a professional Zerg is going to go for a 12 pool or go for a 16 hatch. There's really not an in-between there for them. Especially not in a PvZ. Like, either you want to get early lings out, or you're going to macro style, at least for the first bit. And then you can go like 2 hatch Roach Ravager if you want, but you're getting 2 hatches fast, and from there you're trying to do some stuff to kill the Protoss, but intriguing. So 2 gas here from myself after the gateway's up. So a little bit early on that second gas. Generally, you want the expansion out, and then Cybercore, and then second gas, or just, he's really worried about 12 pools, man. Oh, no, he's not. Okay. Is he scouting? He's not scouting. Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's kind of like, oh, I'm in 12 pooled, 12 pooled. But no, not getting 12 pooled, so I don't really have to worry about lings coming to murder you that early. I mean, again, it's a fairly early pool, but guess what? There's 0 lings out and 0 lings in production, so this is more of a safety pool from Aryze than anything else, which is just, it's unnecessary, I guess. I would recommend not going for an 18 pool. As a Zerg player, especially in this matchup, it doesn't make a ton of sense. It hurts you economically, and you can't really put any pressure up either with an 18 pool. So, myself has the double gas, has not actually saturated those assimilators yet, which is something we need to work on. And the Forge is here, too, to try to stay alive. Like, this is... Okay, well, the Probe scouted in, anyway. And recognize right now, Probe, there are no lings chasing you at all. Ooh, maybe don't let the Queen stab you to death before you get that full scout off, but that's okay. Good scouting. Scouting nevertheless, right? No lair. You didn't see a Roach Warren. You didn't see any Zerglings. You can kind of be like, okay. Deep sigh. Deep sigh of relief here. Zealot out just in case. I'm not sure he can block this hole by himself, but I don't think he's going to be tested. There are 4 lings on the way. We saturated our gases now. Did myself. Excellent job by him. God, a bit under the weather today. It's so sad. I took the week off from work. And I'm just kind of like, you know, reading the latest Jack Reacher book and playing some video games and stuff. And it's been nice, right? But I woke up first day of my week off. And I'm like, blah, I am sick. I have a sore throat and post-nasal drip. And I feel gross. It's like, why? Why do I have to be sick when I'm on the vacation? I mean, I work from home, so it's not even like being sick's a reason to stay home from the office. Because I don't go home. I don't go to the office, rather. Roach Warren coming in from Aryze. He doesn't have a third base yet, which would be fairly indicative of a Roach Ravager-style timing attack from Aryze. But, again, this is not Dark. This is not Raynor. This is not Serral. This is not Rogue. This is not any of those players. So him not having a third base yet could just be indicative of nothing. That he's just going to macro up and make some Roaches, maybe, and sit back and float a bunch of cash, and Zerg players are going to be sad watching this. Entirely possible. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're cannon up 2 Zealots. Adept. You know what there's not a ton of here is anti-air. If this was some kind of crazy Mutalisk play out of Aryze, which, I mean, it's not. He's just now getting a lair. So that's not going to happen. I mean, myself is not opening Stargate. So I don't know if anyone has told myself, but in PvZ, if you don't open Stargate, you just die. You just died to mutas, is how this matchup works. It's not fair, but it's the truth. Third base now on the way from Aryze at about 4 minutes, which is late. A little bit later than traditionally we see in a Midrank Madness style game, so I would say this is probably a gold level. Gold level, maybe platinum, probably not diamond, based on the openings that aren't super crisp here from either player. But you know what? If you're playing StarCraft and you're having fun, that's the gosh darn goal. It's not having perfectly timed builds. It's like the better you are at StarCraft, the less fun it is, I feel like. Is that fair to say for somebody like Maru, somebody like Innovation? Like, they're just playing so hard and so fast and making sure all the timings are perfect and they're transitioning into higher tech exactly when they need to, and they're harassing and they're like all this million things. Are they having fun when they're doing it? I don't know that they are. So, you know, if you're in these leagues, enjoy it. Enjoy the freedom, enjoy the fun of being able to do whatever the heck you want, pretty much. I'm sure you might lose, but fun. Additional Stargate, or gateways rather, coming in. These are not Stargates. I keep expecting Stargates, but they're not Stargates. So yeah, gateway-style army versus, again, a handful of roaches. There are 5 of them out with another 4 on the way. These are defending. This is him worried about a big Protoss army coming to murder him in the face. So he's making safety roaches here at about 5 minutes. Adept says, yes, you have a 3rd base. There's no saturation at all. That's a great scout from myself, recognizing what's going on there. And then checking to see, is there a 4th base at this gold? No. All right, that's good. So basically the Zerg's on 2 bases. He doesn't have many more workers than I do, or he's horribly saturated on his natural and his main. So let's get Charge. Let's get Storm. And we can handle whatever the heck the Zerg player's throwing at us with Charge Lots and Psionic Storm. I don't see why not. Like, what is that bad against? I mean, I guess Mass Mutalisk is pretty good if you could dodge the storms, which not easy to do, but then once you do that, you pretty much just win. If it's just Zealot High Templar. So some Archons would be cool, some Stalkers would be cool, but again, you don't need anti-air if there isn't any air to kill. But you don't know that is the problem. You haven't scouted anything. I mean, traditionally what the Protoss players want to do with the robotics facility once it's up, which is nice that it's up, is make an observer, right? And then send it over and try to see what's going on in there. I mean, there's not a spore here. There's nothing to kill your observer. Like, DTs would just wreck right now. Are there any overseers? No, no detection at all. Anywhere for Aryze. Rookie mistake for sure. I wonder if he's ever died to DTs before. I remember the first time I died to DTs in StarCraft 2, and it was a very learning experience. I learned a lot that day. Oh, we're going to make Stargates and then decided not to. Robotics Bay instead. I saw a lot of roaches. So Immortals are going to be good. Colossus are going to be pretty good too. Charge Lots getting full surrounds on roach balls is amazing. If the roaches are packed in where you can't get surrounds on them, like in this mineral line, then roaches are much better. But out in the middle of the map, wow. Goodness. That's where the Charge Lots can shine. So Army Comp is currently 12 Zealots, 2 Adepts, and a High Templar, which shouldn't win against 41 Roaches. I'm going to throw that out there. Shouldn't win. Production tab for Aryze is empty at the moment. What is he doing? He's looking. He's looking. He's not making anything. It's like free Zealot. Awesome. Still not making anything back home. So, I mean, if that's one thing I'd like to impress upon players. Nice Storm on the ramp, though. Weakens the roaches, doesn't kill them, but now there's an Immortal back there. Oh, no. You're trying to focus the cannon down, but I don't think... just killing the Zealots is probably good enough at this stage. It's 102 to 45 total supply. This is a major Zerg advantage, and he's now fired up 11 roaches back home. So yeah, when you're attacking, you cannot forget to make more stuff. Hotkey your hatcheries. A lot of people like to put their hotkey hatcheries on 5. That's cool with me. I support it. I've got them on 1, but do what you want to do. And then when, as you're moving across the map, make another round of roaches. And you'll be happy. It'll be amazing here. Some Hydralisks behind these roaches, providing a little bit of extra DPS. Oh, but Disruptors, though. It's not Colossus, it's just... Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. All right. 10 kills on that Disruptor. Just got out of the robotics facility. And now it's 78 to 51 army supply. Remember when Aryze had a massive army value difference here? How are these guys all injured? Did they run home? Is there an attack I missed? Please hold. Oh, okay, yeah. So a bunch of them just decided to go home. We'll watch this again. The trauma for Zerg players. Experiencing it. Finally, Aryze decides the time has come. I'm going to saturate my 3rd base. And he does, kind of. I mean, 9 drones is better than 0. Oh, he is making a Hydralisk Den. Okay, so he's like, hey, you know what I need? Falcon is right. I need some extra DPS. Maybe some lurkers. Those would be cool too, but disruptors are on that list of units that are very good at the professional level and insanely good at the lower level because they're hard for... The awareness level required to handle disruptor balls coming at you all the time is much higher than most platinum or gold level players can handle. And same thing with lurkers. Like, the awareness required to deal with lurkers is really high, and once again, most platinum players can't handle it. Zealots are trying to sneak on by. Don't mind us, Mr. Roach Balls, sir. We're just here to kill all your stuff. I think he canceled a charge there just to get into the main. We're here to kill this one queen and then try to snipe down your lair. Which is, I'm going to say, not going to work. This is what we like to call an attempt at non-guaranteed damage, which Day 9 taught me about many years ago. Don't do this. Yeah, see, all your zealots died and you accomplished nothing at all. The lair is still alive and you lost a ton of zealots. So what you want to do with those zealots is kill the queen, kill the drones, go maybe for the spawning pool. Go for smaller guaranteed damage things rather than the big thing, which, yes, would be awesome, but it's not guaranteed damage. And as a result, you're going to have a bad time if you don't kill it. And that's exactly what happened there. That was just zealots donated to the Zerg army with no value whatsoever. I mean, it pulled the whole Zerg army back home and maybe bought some time for myself to get a third base up on this left side. So that's nice. Zerg know about this? Zerg does not know about this. Probably should know about this. Just a thought. Probably should know about this. Whoa, myself, after not making a Stargate for the first 11 minutes, decides it's time for Stargate. Let's do it. Is he going Void Rays here, or probably Carriers? Needs a Fleet Beacon for that one. Do we have the Fleet Beacon? Fourth base on the way from Aryze at 11 minutes. Oh, and some swarm. Are these accidental swarm hosts from Aryze? Usually it's just one accidental swarm host. I'm not sure that I've seen 3 accidental swarm hosts before in a match. But maybe that's what happened here. Oh, see the oversaturation level here? If you go into settings... Oh, there you go. And options and... Oh, wait, hold on, no. Hey, figured it out. Yeah, okay. If you just... there's a button under options, game settings, something like that, where you can show worker status. Always show worker status, and that's really good for playing your games, because you can see what saturation level your bases are at. See, Protoss has it too, and myself is doing a pretty good job keeping this balanced. Excellent. All right, so Roach Hydra Swarm. Oh, he's making... Okay, this is definitely intentional swarm host. So Roach Hydra Swarm host from Aryze. He's got, my gosh, 2,000 minerals and 1,500 gas in the bank. He really should be maxed out. Now he is. Okay. He maxed out, everybody. It's cool. Maxing out on Roach Hydra Swarm Host is not that hard. It's just, I feel there's a future of these disruptor shots versus this giant ball of Roach Hydra. That's not going to go well for the Zerg player. I love this Zealot. Man, he's so brave. Bravery often goes in hand with stupid, well, with dead anyway. And kind of stupid too. Alright, so I like this. Disruptors up on a different control group, maybe. And then, aha! Surprise! Disruptors! Rah! Yes! Get those hits. 8 kills on that new disruptor. A lot of Zerg blood on the ground. 114 to 115 supply. And then just kind of like, Archon, Immortal, Charge Lot, go! Swarm hosts are trying to get some stuff done. Where did the locusts go? Did they die? They must have died when I was watching. Oh, dude, more swarm hosts. This is interesting out of Aryze. Like it's a Roach Hydra transition into swarm host style play, which I kind of love because they're amazing against zealots and immortals and sentries and stalkers, and I guess disruptors too, as long as you're not getting your locusts all disrupted before they can connect with anything. No, like a Nidus. Usually we get a Nidus network if you're going for swarm hosts, but not really in the plans for Aryze here today, it feels like. Myself getting a 4th base at the gold. I like that. Bold. See, not happening here from Aryze. Once again, takes a base and just never does anything with it. Just doesn't saturate it. I guess he's building swarm hosts there. Pop your locusts. Save yourselves. And they do. And look at this. Zealot versus 2 Locusts. Can't beat 2 Locusts. And here we go. No, pop. You gotta pop. There you go. And jumping. Okay. Oh, disruptor shots are so good and smart. Myself is backing away. You don't have to engage with Locusts. They expire, and then there's another 40 seconds where the swarm hosts are utterly useless. So backing out is good. So that's why these need to be launched here. These need to be launched here. There are good places to launch Locusts. I think he was trying. And kind of got sniffed out here. Ooh, there's Colossus out too. So Aryze is up. 139 to 88 supply, but his compositional choice against Disruptor, Colossus, Immortal, Zealot, Sentry is a bit rough. And I like that myself made these. Okay, he's got a couple Void Rays out. I was going to say, made those for fun, but he's got 2 Void Rays in the bank. It's not too bad. Resources lost, 11,000 to 8,000. And yeah, it really comes down to where these swarm hosts launch their Locusts versus where they don't launch their Locusts. Or if they do, maybe it's defensive, and that's just not the right way to use them. So you're just donating roaches? She's like, all right. That front door is wide open. Go, go, go. Walk underneath the Colossus. You could do it. Oh, and again, hey, remember when the enemy Zealots tried to kill my main lair and they couldn't? And they all died and accomplished nothing? I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to make more Hydras. Also, Lurkers would be good. Lurkers would be good here. Although, are there actually observers? I myself had an observer. He did have an observer. He had 2. And then he lost them, probably to the Hydralisks. Dude, Lurkers would be sick right here. Although I guess Disruptors don't really have to know what they're exploding to explode things, right? Launch. Launch. Okay, so there's the launch. And, oh no, the Locusts are kind of distracted, and they're getting burned up. Disruptor shots coming through. Swarm hosts kind of moving into their deaths here. Colossus, pretty decent answer to these Locusts, although 1 Colossus does go down. The Hydras are here trying to fight against the Void Rays, but there's still a Colossus remaining. An absolute bloodbath on the ground for the Zerg there. He also managed to get some Hydras over here to myself's 3rd base. And some of them are even attacking it, but no. Not happening. And these guys tried to launch, maybe, I guess they, I don't know if they accomplished anything. They got 3 kills among all 4 of them. Top right base goes down to Zealots. I don't think there are any drones there, so I'm not sure how much it matters. But myself's army value is now a very solid 96 to 56 on the advantage. Also, worker count plummeting here, 61 to 33. Aryze is in the 30s. You don't want to be in the 40s at 17 minutes. You don't want to be in the 30s either. The disruptor shots. The disruptor shots. Myself using disruptors so darn effectively. And again, it's easier to use them than to defend against them. And myself gets the win in 17 minutes and 50 seconds. An absolute bloodbath. Bloodbath for Aryze. I believe Sniper Monkey's word there was, yeah, just a bloody, bloody game. And I wasn't sure if he meant that in the English, British sense, or if he meant literal blood. And I think he meant literal blood, because 69 roaches and 41 swarm hosts and 55 hydras died today. 26,000 to 12,000 resources lost is brutal. Absolutely just crushing. 2 hatcheries down, 36 drones died. 12 probes did die in this game. Must have missed some kind of an attack somewhere. That happens, I guess. Yeah, and then, so we had all the forms of splash damage today. Disruptor, High Templar, Archons, and Colossus. We messed with all of them. Got a couple storms out early. That was nice. And then the Disruptors got huge hits, and the Colossus were very good. And the Archons were pretty good at standing up to it, too. So, just a great, great PvZ. He understands to beat Roach Hydra, you need the splash damage. Right? How many times do we see Protoss players trying to deal with a Zerg without using splash damage? And the answer is too much, probably. But if you have the splash, suddenly everything goes so much better. If you can control Disruptors control High Templar. Colossus are easier to control, which is why we see more of those in the lower leagues. You just kind of move them in a direction and they're really effective. Whereas High Templar and Disruptors need more specific control. And look at this. No Disruptors died today. That's actually super sick. Never move them to their deaths. 10 kills, 13 kills, 18 kills, 19 kills, 6 kills, and 12 kills. Well done, Disruptors. You paid for yourselves for sure today. It's a 19 kill Immortal. Don't mind him. 18 kill Colossus. Archon with 6 kills. Get on their level, scrub. And there is a Dark Shrine, but I don't think we made any DTs today at all. Just in case. Just having one. Just having one is good. And then totally sniping Aryze's top right base while taking 12 o'clock himself. Yeah, Aryze had a hard time expanding. His opening build just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Neither did myself, to be fair. But he figured it out in the end. He knew he needed additional gateways. He got all of the splash damage tech with some zealots to buffer in. And Immortal, for whatever reason, I guess is really good against the roaches, inarguably so. But myself ends up getting the win here today. So that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Midrank Madness. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension